Hello, everyone. This is Sonia Marie. I'm so glad that you can join me live. For those that are going to stream in, thank you for being here. Um, for everything that you want to learn about me, please find it in my description box below the video. I'd greatly appreciate that there. If you can just visit my website. At the very least, maybe if you're in the supermarket and you walk by an Essence magazine and you just want to glance, breeze. I wanted to say breeze and glance at the same time. So brance. Breeze through an Essence magazine and find my horoscope column in the back. I'd greatly appreciate that thing there. There's a lot of work that goes into that and a lot of good people that are doing their best to bring some quality insight to our community. Hello, Nicole Butler. Hi, Jesse. How are you? Hello, Miss Piggy. I appreciate you being here. John Yu is here as always, and Rob E. Rob. I love seeing familiar names. Oh, it's so beautiful. Aisha's here, and ya. Brianna is here. Alicia is here, and Jay Walk. I'm so happy you all are here. Thank you. It's an interesting week this week that I'm going to do my best to because I realize sometimes on these broadcasts, I talk really, really quickly because I get excited, number one, because I'm a New Yorker. And sometimes, when you talk fast and you're from New York, it's part of the passion. And thirdly, because I don't want to be on here forever in a day. So I have my own internal clock that kind of goes off and says, okay, that's enough. But for today, for some reason, because Mercury has gone into Taurus, I'm feeling a little slow. It might not end up this way, but in this moment in time, hi Queen Goddess, hi Be Nice, what's going on? I'm feeling a little slow, methodical, so I'm gonna take my time in the beginning of this thing and let's see what happens. This is an interesting week that's about to ensue. Before I actually get into it, I want to say happy solar return to Onyi. She was one of the facilitators and have turned out to be a beautiful, beautiful soul in my life. Today is her Earth Day, birthday, solar return. She and I and a group of people from our Word Life Astrology Retreat had a Zoom that was really, really awesome and powerful. Missed all of them. By the way, if you don't know, I have retreats. Just go to the description box below. And click on my website. There are pictures on my site. There are pictures on my IG channel as well. Yo, last year was 40 women. This year is going to be 40 people too, if the Rona will allow us to go to Sedona, Arizona again. But in any case, I digress. It's just a beautiful, beautiful situation in which we connect with some awesome, awesome souls and make lifetime connections. It's just ridiculous. And Onyi is one of them. We had a conversation briefly on this Zoom about her flowering and her coming into herself and the fact that she's leaving that past life behind and blossoming into this new space, which I adore and congratulate. I actually had a question and was wondering if I can propose that to you. And also I have some information. As I was thinking it over, I have some information that came up astrologically that supported her findings, her need to move forward, and the support that she's giving herself that we all could actually learn from and give to ourselves, and some other stuff that goes on with that. You'll know what I'm talking about by the end of this video. So I just wanted to make sure that I gave homage to Onyi, to let her know that I heard her, and to let her know that astrologically we were all on point, and she was actually putting out some awesome gems that I found out what's going on astrologically. Okay, today Mercury goes into Taurus. Y'all already know that the sun is in Taurus. I'm so glad y'all here live. I appreciate that, Sam Flowers. That's so dope. Oh, is that my wonderful Twitter friend that's always retweeting things? Retweeting. I'm not really good with all that, y'all. But anyway, thank you, sir. I appreciate you. That's a beautiful, beautiful thing that you do. I appreciate that. Hey, Polish my pearl. So here's the deal. Mercury goes into Taurus today. The sun is in Taurus. Now, I want y'all to remember this as budding astrology students or somebody that just wants to know. Whenever we have a major change of a particular planet that's going into a different sign, we number one have to see what that planet in that sign represents, right? Which I'll explain to you briefly in a moment. And then the second idea, or in the idea in the process, is to see what other planets it will um, ignite in a harmonious way or ignite in a challenging way. So, based off of what we were talking about on Zoom, I saw both sides to it. Bust this. Mercury in Taurus deals with speaking, thinking, processing information on the most methodical, calm, steadfast approach. It's awesome in that way. Like truthfully, when Mercury goes into Taurus, almost everybody takes a halt and says, "Wait, okay, wait, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. All right, wait. Let's just get this. Wait, what are we doing? How are we going to do it? What players need to be involved? Let's get calm. Let's get settled. We understand that we're in a situation that we're in right now, or in our personal lives, in our situation, whatever the thing in front of you is. Mercury and Taurus says, take a break, take a beat. Let me think about this. Let me process it with love and care and understanding and the proper procedure in order to carry it through. Y'all get that? Yes, y'all. At the same time, though, because there's a day and a night, and up and a down, a good and a bad, in and out. It's a yin and yang to a situation. That Mercury and Taurus can bring stubbornness. That Mercury and Taurus can bring punishment. Okay, that Mercury and Taurus can allow us to die for people, to think that and I'm not saying literally, but there is a martyrdom syndrome that comes along with thinking with Mercury and Taurus saying, actually, I can take on the heat for everybody in my family. I can take on the heat for everybody at my job. I'll do more than what I'm supposed to do because I'm resilient in that way. At least this is the thought process, right? I mean, that's admirable on some level, but then on another level, you're fucking sacrificing who you are. I don't know if that's necessary. Okay. Now, bust this. As I prepare for this, and I tell y'all the first layer of what Mercury and Taurus, and that's just a brief little overview, cliff notes, right? The second part of that is that what other planets is it disrupting and or going into harmony with? So without giving y'all all the nuggets, in which I will be giving the village later, let me share maybe 2 points with you what's happening this week, right? Mercury is going to square Saturn tomorrow. That's a big fucking deal. Did you hear me? Did you hear me? Hammer? Mercury, that Mercury in Taurus is going to square up with Saturn in Aquarius. First of all, Taurus and Aquarius are both fixed, stubborn-ass signs. Extremely stubborn. There's always, whenever you have two planets that are in fixed signs, there's a standoff, a straight standoff. So where does that lie? Just what I told you. It lies in the thinking. It lies in the processing of Mercury being in Taurus. It lies with Mercury's Taurus ability to say, yo, we've done everything else. Listen to what I'm saying. That's what Mercury and Taurus says too. It's so steadfast and so stubborn in its thought. It says, I was patient enough to hear your plan. Now you're going to hear mine. And it stays rooted in that, right? Where Saturn, on the other hand, is saying, yo, with all of these challenges and all of the discipline that we have to go through and all of the changes, all of the responsibility and accountability that we have to go through, it's an Aquarius. And it says, no, I want to do it this way. I want to do it for humanity. I want to do it for the sake of the people. I want to do it for my friends. I want to do it and be detached and cold when I do it. Not to say it's void of love, but it's cold. It's like we don't have time to play. You get what I'm saying? These two are going up against one another. It can cause for some very, very interesting overthinking to the point where both of their positions are missing one another in order to grow. Y'all get that? Mercury in Taurus and Saturn in Aquarius presents a square, 90 degrees in our sky, our illustrious sky, away from each other. The aspect is a square. Squares are challenging, but like I always teach my students and the village and anybody that will listen, to be quite honest with you, is that squares are challenging, hard up, hell bent. With these two fixed planets, stubborn as hell, head to head, boom, 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 boom. However, if you pay attention to it, it can help you grow. If you really pay attention to it and get your ego out of the situation, you can see why one is doing the other without trying to fight it. Do y'all get that? So, as we're thinking and as we're growing to be our better selves, as we're thinking and as we're moving into this new space of not knowing where we're going, to be quite honest with you, while Saturn in Aquarius is saying we're building for a better community. That's where we're going. And Taurus Mercury is like, yeah, I know you keep saying that, but I don't see it. It doesn't make sense to me. Mercury and Taurus. It's not planning out right. So let me take my time while I'm doing it. Now, here's the other part of that, actually. Third point, we got Mars in Aquarius too. That says, fuck y'all, I'm moving. I'm grooving. I'm walking. Mars is aggression. Mars is motivation. Mars is action. And it's an Aquarius. So it's on the same side as Saturn. Y'all following me real quick? Yes, y'all. If I'm losing you, let me know. Y'all following me? So we got Saturn and Mars in Aquarius going in a particular direction. And we got the Sun in Taurus. And then we got Mercury in Taurus going up against that. That's a nice little West Side Story battle in the middle of the fucking block. Y'all get me? Yes, y'all. Anybody? So Taurus needs to learn how to trust the process. Yes, Nicole. Taurus needs to learn how to trust the process, and Aquarius needs to learn that it's not to be too arrogant about the process. You understand what I'm saying? They both have their own little semblance of arrogance, right? Like the president versus future back. Yes. There you go, my friend. I'm sorry, I didn't read that out all the way. Oh, like the present versus the future battling it out. Mercury square Saturn. That, yes. I thought you said president. Yes, that's exactly what that is. But it's in this moment in time, it's really, really difficult to ascertain, to assess. Why? Because we're in panic mode. A lot of us are. Sometimes we're cool and we're calm and we have Zoom meetings and we're laughing and we have a little Saturday night, DJ Nice, Questlove party or whatever. And then the next thing you know, we're freaking out because we only got $20 for groceries. The point of the matter is there's such an unknown right now that you don't know who's going to win with the present versus the future. You don't know who to give reverence to. The point of the matter, in my opinion, is to give reverence to both. To both. Like I was explaining to myself and to some other people, is that we can grow and evolve into the best versions of who we are. But I was writing this in my journal too, after I expressed this to some people, that there are some beautiful things about the child in you. There's some beautiful things about the teenager in you. Even though you made mistakes in your 20s, there were some beautiful things about that person in which is really, really eager to step on into the future with you. Those beautiful things and those hell-bent, hard-won aspects of yourself deserve to go into the future. Are y'all hearing what I'm saying? Like for real, for real? Even if the present is battling the future, even if your thought process wants you to work hard for something different, you got to say, hold on. I'm going to give you an analogy. You standing at the line of the club or whatever. You know what I mean? And you standing on the line by yourself, getting ready to get in the club. But one of your best friends walk up. You're not going to allow your best friend to stand on the back of the line. This is a terrible analogy and example, but just kind of go where I'm going. You're going to ask your friend to get in line with you. Why? Because your friend has earned the right to skip the line. It's a terrible example, but y'all know what I'm talking about. There's a version of yourself that's earned the right to skip the line. So we cannot kill everything about us in order to go over to the next space. That is extremely tough. I'm glad you said that. That is extremely tough to hold on to those really good points of you, because sometimes we want to throw the baby out with the bathwater. It's like, fuck it. The Rona coming in and cleaning up everything. The president's about to blow up the goddamn world. Well, shit. Let me just go over into this whole new life as a whole new person. I'm a monk now. Let me just go into this whole new life as a whole new person and forget about everything that I've done. You would be remiss if you did that. This is my opinion and my opinion solely. But there's a way to combine the two. There's a way to have respect for both. Because when you have that Mercury in Taurus, that thinking process, and that Saturn that actually harbors a lot of fear of where the future is about to go and the work that you have to do to get there. And when they go against each other, that's turmoil within you. Respect them both. Does that make sense to y'all? Yes, yes, y'all? It's deep. Letting go and trusting like never before. Yeah. But you got to let go, Yaya, in my opinion. While we're letting go, we're trusting that the best parts of ourselves actually got us here. How about that for a fucking notion? The best part of ourselves, that kind of almost brings me to tears. I'm not even going to lie, y'all. Because there was a part of you, that hustling part of you, that charming part of you, that resilient person who's dog dead tired, that gets up out of the bed and takes a shower and goes to the wackest job for 2 years straight. Part of you that's actually necessary, like I said, and has has earned the right to go over into this new space. Maybe not all the mistakes and all the things that you don't want to remember, abuse and stuff like that. Who wants to bring that? But I'm sure bringing hip hop to the future. I'm surely bringing Yonkers to the future. I'm surely bringing the poet, even if I never ever get up on a stage again, to the future. Just using myself as an example. I'm surely bringing my beautiful skin, my big ass booty. I'm bringing it to the future. There are certain things about us that are lovely and true that we have to hold on to in order to make the next part of ourselves the way in which we can do that, in my opinion, solely is to be aware of what's what. So if this Mercury in Taurus is battling this Saturn situation, that ain't happening. You can't be aware. You're too busy in a conflict. Y'all get that? Yes, yes, y'all? I really, with all the passion in the world, as y'all felt that, I thought it was gonna be calm, but it's not. Had to like get that off of my chest. It was a big deal. It's a big deal because the planets are showing it that we do want to emerge someone different, and we absolutely should. It is necessary to do so because we can't be who we were and that we were 3 months ago. There is no way. But there's ways to bring the best part of you, I'm sorry to keep reiterating, into that new space because you deserve it, right? And on top of that, right, just to add one more aspect to that, and then I can get off of this thing. On top of that, we have Mercury in Taurus, the sun in Taurus, coupling up with Uranus in Taurus. That's gonna be the hell banger, 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 blanger. That's gonna be the thing right there at the end of the week. Why? Because Uranus ain't playing. Now, how about this for an oxymoron? Uranus is Aquarius's planet, and Uranus is in Taurus at this time, moving slow as hell. But Uranus is bringing massive rebellious change in the vibration that Taurus can stand true with. Now, as an astrologer, I'm gonna break that shit down to you. If you can see in this moment, the beginning of this week, why the thought process, why certain arguments that may come up within yourself or within with somebody else, slight disagreements, that stubborn nature that I was just saying, if you can identify that and be a little detached from that and clearly see, get the best of the situation and grow into that new version of you, by the end of the week, when that Mercury, when the sun hits Uranus, Uranus goes, okay, you ready to switch? And you can say, yup, because you appreciated the methodical thought, the caring love, the stubborn but wonderful, tender moments that Taurus gave you at the beginning of this week, to understand what that thought process was all about. Do I need to say that again? Oh, y'all got me. Yes, yes, y'all. Do I need to say that again? The switch up, Uranus and Taurus squares is home energy. That is a switch up. That's a straight fucking remix, mashup remix. It's crazy. The bottom line, somebody says, say it again. Here's the deal. Like I said, cliff notes, and then I'm gonna be gone. At the beginning of this week, if you got your mind in Taurus, battling that Saturn energy that makes you want to work towards the future, discipline yourself towards the future. If you don't recognize what Taurus is bringing to help Saturn along, you're going to miss it at the end of the week when Uranus says, "You ready for the switch?" Uranus moves quickly. Uranus moves rebelliously. Uranus moves in a unique, original type of way. So the bottom line is that if we don't get it today, in this moment in time, why we need to think in a way in which Taurus is helping us to see, be it methodical, calm, a little bit more caring, less martyrdom, but open and rooted and having a plan. When Uranus hits us, we won't know where to go. It'll be like a slingshot into the middle of the air. Does that make sense? At least if we can get our wits about us today and tomorrow, leading up to Saturday, in which it will hit Uranus, we can get our wits about us. When we can be aware, we can stay away from the fight of that Taurus, Mercury energy, and that Saturn and freaking Aquarius energy going alongside Mars. We can stay away from that. If we can see what it has to bring, we'll be ready for the change and that unique disposition at the end of the week. It's awesome. That's how I think as an astrologer, right? Because it's the bigger picture. And it's how we all are developing. We were ready for this moment. We were all ready for this moment on some level, especially those that have used astrology as a modality or have just gotten into spirit and has heard God speaking, heard your ancestors speaking. We've been ready for this. So this week is like, yo, don't go up against any stubborn nature for you to stand in what you once was, or for you to be so fucking eager to go up in the future and get beamed up somewhere. You gotta. It's a nice little integration that can happen. There's a nice little balance that can happen where you can take who you were, pack her up, the good parts anyway, pack him up, the good parts anyway, the one that you want to stay. Like I say, hip hop all day long for me. Word life, like for real. That's Sonia, right? I'm taking that because the future needs that for me. I need her in that future. Then by the end of this week, we can see when these immediate changes start to happen and these decisions that need to happen extremely quickly. We will be a lot more like secure, confident, and understanding about where we're going, even if you don't know where you're going. Does this make sense? I hope this makes sense, y'all, because sometimes I just hear information and just kind of flies on through, and I don't know what is what, but I'm told to just give it out. So there you have it. And oftentimes on YouTube, I try to stay the way out of the teacher's mode because I don't want to confuse you and have this information to go over your head. However, I will give you this on the way out. If you want to research further, Google freaking Mercury and Taurus, goddamn squares, Saturn and Aquarius, and see what you come up with. Mercury and Taurus squares Mars and Aquarius, and see what you come up with. Be your own student and teacher as you gather gems along the way. I am not the end all to be all. There's more information out there. There's more perspectives out there that you should grow from, learn from, and please share. In the light of God and all things that are perfect and divine, please share so we can get better, y'all. That's all I got to say. I love you. Take care of yourself. And you can always watch the replay. It makes sense after the 2, 3, 5, 6 time. Be good to yourselves. All right, bye.